Magic. Magic just happened, folks. We've got a bolt action 7mm. We should be excited, okay? What's going on, everybody? It's the Indoor Hunter, and the High Power Weapons Pack has finally arrived, along with the Showcase update. That being said, I'm obviously very late to the game on this. However, I want to get my hands on these, see what they're like, and that's exactly what we're going to do in this video. And first things first, of course, I've been out here at the range shooting, just kind of get a feel for the weapons. I haven't really noticed anything too crazy. I am assuming they're using the same ballistics as the other weapons that are in the game already. I do like the sounds and the feel of them. I'm excited about using the 338, and I'm actually more excited for one particular reason that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The best way to describe it is just to do it. So we're going to go to the Trophy Lodge here. Okay, so we're in the Moose Lodge here. This is where I'm going to be putting any of my rares and diamonds that I get along my moose grind. That being said, I know I have roughly 400 to 500 moose kills, but I don't know exactly. That said, something that I can now do because of this new weapons pack is I can place these weapons in these holsters. And now I can tell exactly how many kills I have. No questions asked. So you notice here total kills. So I'm only going to be using this, I don't even know how to pronounce that, LRR 338 on moose. That way we can have a more scientific based, instead of, oh, I think I've got 400 kills. Well, now I'll know exactly how many kills I've got. So that's interesting to me. Let's get out there. Let's see how good these things do. One thing that I'm going to note here about the 338, this thing is huge. Look how much screen space this is taking up, especially when you compare it to another weapon. Thing's a heckin' chonker. But it looks like we've got our first potential victims here. We've got a cute little level 2 moose. I don't think you see any. Well, we'll go ahead and shoot the level 3. I do like the newly added. Now, this didn't come with the high power update. This came with the Showcase update. If you notice there, we now have automatic range assessment, which is nice. That previously was a perk. Now the perk still exists within game. I still personally don't recommend getting it. I don't know, maybe it's way more useful now. I know it'll make this more accurate, but we can see here this moose is between 189 and 225 meters. I'm going to go ahead and zero for 150 and just kind of go from there. Appears to be a single lung. That being said, 5 rounds in the magazine, that's pretty good. I'm really hopeful that this is really on par with the 300, because for whatever reason, well, hello, nice max weight here. Oh, stop moving, you. Something that I've noticed with the 338 caliber, it's for whatever reason in game's got a very slow bullet velocity, so it's actually hard to hit stuff on the move. Even when they move a little bit, you can really be off by a lot. That might have been a little low. It sure was. But this is an awesome example. They've also reverted the spook range. So if you notice, I shot at him and he didn't get spooked at all, which is great. This is great news for those grinders out there. And as you can see, my estimation was quite a bit off. Knowing now that I've been in the shooting range, he's 225 to 263. I'm going to have to aim probably about 6 inches high. About there. And as you can see, that was a perfect heart shot. And this is why it's important, guys, to practice. Go shoot in the shooting range. It's a very useful tool, even with all the weapons. You never know. They may change some stuff on the back end. You never know when those bullet velocities change. You can see here, it's pretty typical. Single long shot. I don't know what quick kill is on him yet. 40%. Not good. Not bad either. This 338 is just an absolute unit. I'm curious to see how customizable it is. That being said, I do hope in the future they kind of tweak the 338's performance just a little bit, because on paper and in realistic terms it should perform better ballistically than the 300. For reason, its bullet velocity is super slow, it's not very accurate, and the damage seems to be the same or maybe even a little less sometimes than the 300. Not sure why that is. I think when they calculated it, they tried to make it somewhat realistic, because if you notice the 338 Championship or its other variant, they're short-barreled rifles, so obviously that makes sense. The muzzle velocity will be a lot slower. I digress. Long story short, they need to tweak it just a little. They need to buff it just a bit, in my opinion. I'm also really excited about this spook distance change, because for me, grinding, that 300 meters was, I don't know if it's excessive, it was realistic, but it changed the game a little too much, having played the game for so long. And that being said, something else too, if you notice, I'm sprinting here and I'm not scaring this other moose. He is alarmed, but he's not running. Had this been yesterday, that guy, I would have never even known he was there. So that's something to, for myself anyway, look forward to, because I like to, what I call run and gun in this game. I don't really like the stalking approach unless I absolutely have to do it, like on a big diamond or something. If we're just grinding, trying to shoot stuff, I want to do it as quick as possible. And them reverting the spook distance is going to allow that. We're going to be able to blow through zones a lot faster, I think, and a lot more efficiently, so I'm pretty happy about that. I do really like that range estimation. Because I'm sure that you guys that watch me stream know that I've got the habit still of checking that exact range. They're at 200 meters. You can see the estimation 178 to 213. Ballistically, that's not going to change a whole lot. So that's going to be really beneficial for animals that are further out there, like these guys over here that aren't there yet. I know that's about 300 meters, give or take. Just because I've grinded so long, I know that distance. But it's going to be very useful seeing stuff way out there, like these guys here, for example. Have no idea. Typically what I would do is I would spot an animal, go to the map, see how far they are, like, okay, they're 270. What's our estimation? 245 to 276. It's pretty close. I think that's going to be super useful. I'm really glad that they added that. I love the bolt. See the long range capabilities. Of course, I ran out of breath. Let's go ahead and do a quick reload. Some people don't like that clip toss. I'm kind of indifferent to it. That was a little high. I was going for a heart shot on that, but I aimed a little high. He's right about 300. He's going down pretty fast, though. I mean, Now, I have seen some criticism on this new 338 on it being just a touch slower as far as rate of fire goes against the 300. That being said, it does have 5 rounds versus 4, and I think that's pretty useful, especially now that they've changed the spook distance. If you got your setups right, that's 5 moose potentially you could shoot without ever having to reload. And another thing I want to test here is the capabilities, once again, of the 338 soft points. I think that's where we could really see kind of a game changer difference. The 338 soft points are much more effective than the 300 soft points. You can see here, estimated 220. We're going to aim a little high. It appears to have dropped into a lung. However, it is a little disappointing how slow he's dropping. I expected that to go down much faster because we did just pop him with a soft point, I think. Yes. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. We'll have to investigate. It's a decent respawn. He's, I know from, again, grinding experience, it says 301 to 342. He's about 318 or give or take, 320 maybe. And of course, right whenever we go to pull the trigger, he's gonna stop right behind that cow, isn't he? He sure is. Well, I wonder if we can slot that round in there. That being said, for this instance, we are gonna switch over to polymer tip because I don't trust the soft point being able to punch through that front shoulder blade like a polymer tip would. Now, this is going to be a difficult shot. I'm actually gonna aim just below Her neck. Oh, don't do that. He's licking his face or something. What's going on? This is going to be a difficult shot, but we're going to try it, folks, because why not? I need her to lift her head back up. There we go. Question is, I did hit him. He's going down. That was a difficult shot. Typically, I would have waited for a better scenario, but hey. We were testing the accuracy of this new 338, and by golly, it looks like it's pretty accurate. As you can see here at 200 meters, the soft point from the 338 wasn't that effective, and I don't know why. It had a slightly less quick kill bonus than the polymer tip at roughly the same range, and I have a theory that the reason moose are so tough, they actually have ribs that we just can't see in this screen, and that's what we're seeing here. That's why we barely got any penetration there. I don't know that for a fact, but it's a hypothesis of mine. I think we hit a rib, and that's why we didn't get that much damage. And that's also why sometimes you'll see that 20% quick kill bonus. Sometimes you'll see as high as 70 at that range. I don't know. It's really infrequent as to the pattern of what's working well and what's working on. That's why I can't definitively say which is better, soft point versus polymer tips when it comes to these high calibers, because I haven't really been able to get a definitive difference between the two. Now I figure what better way to test the 7mm than to shoot some lions with it. 7mm being one of the few weapons capable of hunting class 4 all the way to class 9 animals. Lions, of course, are class 9. Hands down now, I think this is easily the most versatile weapon in the game. Capable of pretty much hunting everything that you'd really want to hunt. In theory, all you need now to have a full loadout capable of hunting anything in the game is this rifle, the 243, and then a 22 or shotgun, and you won't have to worry about any other kind of loadouts. Obviously there's some nuance to that, but this is really groundbreaking when it comes to loadouts. This is going to allow a lot more build diversity, if I can say that. Not like this is an MMO or anything, but we're going to go with it anyway. There's going to be a lot more build diversity when it comes to classes in this game now, and that's pretty awesome. Again, the 7mm obviously is outclassed by things like 300, the 338, but when it comes to that versatility, you just can't beat it. You know, for 1 minute we're shooting lions, the next we can shoot wildebeest, we can shoot Gemsbok. This is the go-to weapon, in my opinion, for Africa. And for whatever reason, I can't find any male lions, so this female is going to have to suffice. I'm going to let her stand back up and go ahead and take the shot. She's going to become submarine here. And this is going to be rather unfortunate because... well, that's called wild, folks. You know what I mean? If you've been playing a while, that's pretty normal behavior. Some new people may see that and be like, what just happened? Be like, I don't know. Magic. Magic just happened, folks. We've got a bolt-action 7mm. We should be excited, okay? Yeah, it makes... she's floating across. I think the point has been made, though. The 7mm bolt action is a very exciting gun because, again, we're able to take those class 9 animals, and then we're really going to be able to devastate some whitetail and smaller animals like that. I'm not going to put you guys through the pain of having to wait to collect her. Finally found a male lion. He's a small boy, but that doesn't mean that we're using a small boy gun. That was cringy. You guys can go ahead and dock me points for that one. But as you can see, the 7mm is still a powerhouse. Has absolutely no problem taking lions. That was pretty awesome. I don't think I've ever actually seen one instantly roll over dead like that. So that was pretty neat. Anecdotal, I can't prove this. I do think it's actually a little more powerful than the game says it is. Especially when it comes to things like deer, mule deer, blacktail, whitetail, even red deer. This is going to be, I think, a decent red deer gun. Again, we're not going to get into that testing. Maybe in the future here we will. If you guys are interested in that kind of thing, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, the 7mm had enough oomph behind it. We punched through flesh, right lung, left lung, and heart. Hit everything. It literally rolled him on the dirt. Dropped him where he stood. Again, this is going to be a very effective weapon. And you notice the accuracy of it as well. The accuracy of the hinge action version, or the single shot of this, I don't think is as good as this is. Again, that's one of those more in-depth testing videos that I think I need to make. If you're interested in that, again, let me know, because I'd really like to see scientifically if this is truly better accuracy wise than its single shot counterpart. That being said, it really doesn't matter because this thing has more rounds in the chamber or in the magazine than the other weapon does, so inherently it's just better. But yeah, I'm very impressed with this thing's performance right now. And now, just for some poops and giggles, I think we're going to go ahead and test the 308 here on some Gemsbok. Now, this is at the limits of its capabilities, but we're going to test it nonetheless. I can't really see this guy. Well, sure would like these guys to stop moving around. We're going to go ahead and risk it for the biscuit anyway. I hear footsteps that are close to me. That worries me because this is Africa. We've got lions. You never know. I don't feel like being eaten today. I do really like the sound of the 308. That is a good sounding rifle. Honestly, just when you can see here, it's down right there. It didn't go very far at all. I kind of expected this with the 308. 308 is just a good caliber. It's right up there with the 30-06 in my opinion. Again, it had absolutely no issue just destroying this thing. That being said, with this being a Class 8 animal, you can hunt it with bigger calibers like the 338 or the 300. Now, personally, money-wise, I wouldn't recommend doing that. But, man, this thing sounds cool. Last but not least, we've got the Layton Lakes Trophy Lodge, the newest Trophy Lodge added to the game. This is completely free. You don't have to buy it, and I think this is an excellent option for those of you that don't have trophy lodges yet to kind of experiment with what they are, what they can be, and why you should definitely buy one. This is going to add to longevity for those players that don't have those yet. For me, if this game didn't have trophy lodges, I probably wouldn't be playing it today. That being said, this place looks absolutely stunning. I really hope in the near future that they add another lodge like this that's much bigger, much more customizable, that looks very similar to this. I've seen a lot of complaints online about the fact that, as you can see here, you can only place specific species in specific places, but I think a way to look at this is where you showcase the best of the best. You don't put any sort of riffraff in here. You're going to put your biggest diamonds, your biggest scorers, your great ones. This is where they go, at least in my opinion. That's what I'm going to do with this lodge. Again, it's your guys' lodge. It's your choice, but for myself, we're gonna throw in what the biggest scoring animals we've got of these species in here, just to kind of say this is my Great One Lodge. This is where my Great One Moose is gonna go. This here, or maybe even here. Now, this is the area that you can place any trophy that you have within the game. So if you've got like a big water buffalo or something from a different map that's not Hirschfelden or Layton Lakes, you can place it there. They did also add another multi-mount. I don't remember off the top of my head what it is. That being said, I'm very excited to get this underway. So to get things started, I think if we can, we're going to go ahead and place our... You can see here I've got the lodge a little more filled out now, and I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty impressed with this. I just love the aesthetics of this lodge. Again, I don't think this is meant to be just a crazy customizable like what we're used to with the other lodges. This is meant to showcase the best of the best, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm hoping sooner rather than later we can replace the moose on the wall with the Great One, but we'll have to see. That being said, I hope everybody liked this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.